to Lawrence, Kansas, and pay heed all who enter, and beware, these Jayhawks can play a little football too. We're really looking forward to this matchup. You've got a team that's made its way into the top 25, now trying to pass an all-important road test. As we'll see the number 21 team in the country, the SMU Mustangs, taking on a team from the Big 12, the Kansas Jayhawks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Mustangs will kick it away to start us off. He'll bring it out. It's Wilson. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Offense getting set for first down. Wide receiver shows motion. Looking downfield, it's Daniels. Oh, he's going to go up top. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. He had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. Got out of trouble and throws. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Now on second down. He's looking to throw. A little screen to the running back. They almost got a first down there. Stopped a yard short. It'll be third down.
There's a lot of different ways this offense can attack you throwing the ball. One of them is getting the running back going, and the screen is a great way to get him lathered up and get the defense starting to think about him a little bit more now.
Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks for the first down. And the Jayhawks are on the move. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Caught in the backfield, it's Neal. And good blocking in space out there to give him enough room to pick up the first down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
On the move, it's Neal. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
They've got the screen set up. Makes a man miss. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. Trying to cap this drive with a pass. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Looking for a man. It's Daniels. Got his man on the right. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. The Jayhawks want to move quickly. Off play action. He makes the connection. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. They'd hoped to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the 4th down.
And they can't make the connection on 4th down, and they'll turn it over. On first down, here comes this offense. He's going to pass. Fires the pass, intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Kansas. The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
And he through the extra point. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Wants to throw. It's Jennings. Quickly to the tight end. Still on his feet at the 45. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
It's a reverse. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
You know, as an offense, oftentimes you try the reverse play because you're trying to take advantage of a defense over pursuing and by a lot of defensive team speed. Didn't work right there. Great discipline by this defense.
Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. Spits it out to the back. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, and you use these running backs so much in the passing game now, and you expect them to make those plays for you, to make those big explosive plays out of the backfield. Just got to make sure he concentrates and see that ball come in.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. They'll run the screen. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be 4th down. And the Mustangs will hustle to the line. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they got him. A sack denies the try to convert on 4th down. Line gets set, first down. Leaves it with the back. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. And the entire playbook is wide open on 2nd and short like this. He's going up top. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
And the quarterback and receiver just not on the same page on that last play. Timing has got to be so critical, especially when you're throwing the perimeter of the field, and they just didn't have it.
And they got him for the sack. Now remember, they were stopped on 4th down earlier in the first quarter, but they'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires to the middle. Got it past the marker. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. And the Jayhawks will snap it on 1st and 10. Gonna run it. It's Neal. Find some fresh air. The expressway is wide open. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Rock Chalk Jayhawk. Boy, did he just scorch that defense for that score.
He shows you all of it, Reese. He's got the speed. He's got the agility. This dude's a big-time playmaker. You just give him the ball, and he'll find different ways to kill you on different plays.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finished it off on the ground with a 58-yarder for 6. Fair catch called for and made. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter.
He's tackled at the 28-yard line. Second down. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Kansas 14, SMU 0.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Dropping back, it's Jennings. Feeling some heat. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Oh, he wants it all. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
Well, the offense is trying to throw for it in their own end on third down, and quarterback receiver not quite on the same page, and they're lucky because that was almost picked off.
Despite failing earlier on fourth down, they will try again here. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires to the wideout. Makes a grab enough for the first. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Timeout, Kansas.
This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Unloads to the wideout. Off the deflection, missed a great chance to force the turnover. Instead, it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. The give on the inside. And he finds some solid space. Makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
They're throwing for it on fourth down. Finds his man. It's Bailey. Finally pulled down, but not before. Moving the chains for a first down. The metrics tell you so often, go ahead, go for it on fourth down, and it pays off there.
That just shows you the head coach's confidence in his quarterback to go out on a critical fourth down and execute.
And the quarterback is snowed under.
What a great job by this defense, setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Oh, that slithered right through his fingers and would have been his second interception of the game. Instead, it's fourth down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Man, they can barely see the first down marker from there, but they'll go for it on fourth. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they can't connect, a costly turnover on downs.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on fourth down, and I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on fourth down for those types of situations, and you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time, so you chalk it up to the defense and take note of it next time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar situation.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Trying play action. Quarterback now breaking the field. He's going to take off. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
You want to change some of this bad luck you've had so far around? Get after the quarterback and get his butt on the ground. Nice job by the defense. This game ain't over. It's still the first half. This is a good start.
And they gambled in their own end, turn it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up.
Tell you what, coaches catch heat a lot nowadays, especially on social media. I expect him to catch a lot of heat. Fourth down, long yardage situation on your own territory, and you want to go for it, and you fail, and you're surprised. You definitely shouldn't be surprised. Just don't check your mentions, dog.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Running back searching for a hole. Knocked down at the 34 after a pickup of 5. It's a 1st down.
You wonder now on offense, have they found something in the run game? Finally, it's been tough for them to get the run game going, but they picked up a nice gain on that last one. Let's see if they go back to it.
With the catch, it's Smith.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Looking to throw, it's Jennings. Looking to the big tight end. And his throw is incomplete.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
If you don't convert on this 4th down, there will be questions about passing on the field goal try. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the catch. He's got enough. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Well, it's a heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down. But they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Got it in the middle. It's Bailey. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. And here's the chance to cut into that lead before halftime. 1st and goal. Wants to go up top. Flushed out of the pocket. Gets rid of it. Caught near the sticks. It's Maryland. Touchdown, SMU! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, The comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm. He wants to take the top off. Brings it in down the left side. He's loose. Touchdown, Rock Chalk. What a catch and run for 6.
And what nice play design. You get your speedster, you put him in the slot, usually get a better matchup, and then what do? You fade him towards that sideline, run a go. Nice ball thrown way out wide. He just runs underneath it and just too much speed. Couldn't catch him. Gets in the end zone for 6.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Back to throw, it's Jennings. Going for the big play. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. The play action fake. Trying to get to him. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. One snap coming before they head to the locker room. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. And he lays out and snags it down the left side.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
The corners are walked up tight. They'll throw it on 1st down. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Into double coverage, and he picked it off. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half.
That's the end of the first half. With the score, Kansas 21, SMU.
They want to get the ball back right now, lining up for an onside kick to start the second half. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football Palmer out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision.
And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him. And sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down. The Mustangs will snap it on 1st and 10. To the air, it's Jennings. He caught it. Touchdown, Mustangs. And here they come on. almost all the way back.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Kansas offense returns to the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. He's going for a big play downfield. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
Great job by the DB covering deep. Listen, you always say deep to shallow, deep to shallow. Don't give up the big play. Great job by the DBs, seeing the football, going and breaking on it, and make sure the wide receiver doesn't make a big play.
After they couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. Now improvising. He'll pull it down.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Wants to throw on 3rd down. Gonna try to get it himself. Still running at the 40. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
Man, this is an offense that's going to find a way to generate explosive plays because of their playmakers at the skill spots. But how about the speed by this guy and his ability on 3rd down to extend, scramble, and go get a big pickup and chunky yards for his offense?
He's knocked down in the backfield, a swarming defense, and he'll lose 7. The Jayhawks moving quickly to the line. To the air, it's Daniels. Pressure coming. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Well, that's just an amazing individual effort, trying to get back as much yardage as possible to set up a 3rd and manageable situation, right? Nice job in the open field, understanding the situation. You obviously cannot take a sack at this juncture on the drive, so do what you can do to put your offense in a good position here on 3rd down.
Can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 4th down.
Man, I don't know if you want that guy outside the pocket very often because he's so fast and he can do some damage, but they did a nice job containing him. Once he left the pocket, they were ready for it, came to him, he tried to throw the football, nice hit on the quarterback as he's throwing to force a bad pass.
Getting some heat. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
I like the idea to go for it there on 4th down. You're basically at midfield, and you've got confidence in your guys to be able to go out. You've got experience in this offense. Guys have made these types of plays before. That time, the defense stepped up. They bowed up and made a better play and take over. Now you need your defense to get on the field in a sudden change situation and get you the football.
Quarterback all over the place trying to make a play, but eventually he goes down. They gave up the sack on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Get it out on the screen. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
And that's what defense is all about, understanding the situation. It's 3rd and long. I'm going to drop back. I'm going to make him throw that ball underneath to the running back and then do my job. Go corral, tackle him, and force the 4th down.
On 4th down, looking to pass. The throw. He's got a 1st down and maybe a lot more. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, SMU! This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah.
And he breaks into the open. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. The receivers telling the quarterback what they see. At the 40, there he goes. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
Well, no surprise. I mean, with the way they're running the ball early in this game, they're just going to keep doing it. And they're just not hammering out 2, 3, 4-yard gains. They're gashing this defense. You saw it right there.
Not much there on the run. He gets one to the 31. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to throw, it's Daniels. They're bringing heat. Escapes the sack. They're trying to get to it. Oh, he needs to get rid of it. He needs to do something, and he will go down. What a terrible play and a big loss. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Going for it all. This ball is picked off in the end zone, but no, he's out of bounds. The quarterback very fortunate to get away with that throw. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Touchdown, Jayhawks! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half.
How do you not love the guts of this offense? 4th down, it's just another down, and what do? Stay aggressive, throw the football down the field, make the big play, get the big touchdown.
After scoring that touchdown, they'll try to get it right back with an onside kick. And before they can kick it, the receiving team is going to call a timeout. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll call for the fair catch here. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Give to the running back. He'll be stopped at the line of scrimmage, and time has expired here in the 3rd.
At the end of the 3rd quarter, with the score, Kansas 28, SMU.
2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. Coming after him. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are. You're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Off the play fake. Caught over the middle. It's Maryland. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. And the Mustangs headed quickly to the line. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Fires to the big fella. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. You know, we joke that the tight end's always open, David, but play action almost makes it impossible to keep them covered.
And yeah, because those guys, they're such good blockers most of the time. They're big and physical, and they sell block for a second, and then they run open and they find holes in zones and they get good matchups. And, man, those tight ends nowadays are nightmares for defenses to try to stop.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the first down.
They'll throw it on first down. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
That quick slant is a hard ball to adjust to and make your quarterback look good. If you throw it behind me and I'm coming down the line of scrimmage, I really don't have a chance to adjust and try to make my quarterback look good. He's got to miss that thing low or high. He can't miss it behind me.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down. They can be in position. They don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. To throw, it's Daniels. It's complete to the left. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's third and long from the 30. Trying to escape and get it himself. Ball's out. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. On fourth down, looking for the completion. And it's a catch, but he's got enough for the first down.
You know, you always talk about risk-reward. Gambling and going for it with the lead on fourth down right there and getting it, the reward could be winning the game. That was an unbelievable play. And how about this coaching staff putting their faith in their players to come up with the execution and make it happen?
He makes the stop, and a nice pickup there on first down. Leaves them in second and manageable.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Tackle is made after the first down.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
Comes out throwing on first down. Fires toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Kansas.
Yeah, and that's simple, but it's not easy. It's a go route. Like that receiver streaking straight down the outside of the field. And my job as a quarterback is to put that ball up in the air, keep it away from the safety. He does just that. Receiver comes down with the catch. Nice pitch, nice catch, touchdown.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he...
And it's picked off for the fourth time today. Bringing it back. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Rock Chalk Jayhawk.
And that just might do it. Man, offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Feeling some heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Fires left. Finds a man by himself. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. The Mustangs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the red zone, looking for a space. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time. And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
He'll just keep slinging it. Catch in the middle. It's Daniels. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. There is no point in a field goal here, so the offense stays on the field on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He caught it. And he won't be able to get it as the defense gets him down at the 1.
And they must have had a play in practice that they just felt was unstoppable because they essentially just took away an automatic chip shot field goal to go for that fourth down. But because of the execution, it was just too good. They're looking now to score 6.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. So the offense inches it a little closer with the help of the half the distance to the goal penalty. Can the D deny them on second and goal? Looking for a man. It's Jennings. Lets it go to the end zone. And he wanted to get the score right there, but it falls incomplete. And they'll try to bite a chunk out of this lead on third and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Into the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Mustangs.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. From inside the 15, here comes the return. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Kansas offense returns to the field. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chugging and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop you.
They'll throw on third and short. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth. He unleashes a long one. He's got it inside the 30. He's running free down the middle. Touchdown, Rock Chalk. And the punishment has been extended.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
They'll try to follow that last touchdown with an onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball.
Well, Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
And man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found it.
Going for the big play. This is intercepted on the sideline. No, it's out of bounds. It's just an incomplete pass. Very fortunate turn of events for the offense. This is a 3rd and long. To the air. It's Jennings. And they almost had another one. Rare is the occasion when you're happy to see 4th down, but it's better than pulling another pick. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. On 4th down, trying to find his man. He's going up top here late in the game. Can't hook up on the long throw, and 4th down goes by the boards for this offense. One more play to pad the stats. And in a 2-possession game, they'll take a knee. Defense can stop it a couple more times. I know a lot of people thought this was going to be a blowout, but this team said, just when you think you have all the answers, I change the questions.
It's so true, Reese. I mean, they had a lot of dudes that we were talking to leading up to this game just had a chip on their shoulder. They just didn't feel like they were being respected, and they wanted to come out, and they wanted to prove a point. And, David, they did exactly just that.
And it's so much easier to be the underdog. It's so much easier to coach that team and you go, hey, they're ranked. Everybody's talking about them. You don't have a chance. It just builds all that momentum, all that
When you see that field of blue, you know it can be only one place in the world. Boise, Idaho, on the campus of Boise State and home to the fabled giant killers, the Boise State Broncos. Today, we have one of those games that tests your focus. Top 25 team against an unranked opponent. Can you take care of business? As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Florida Gators, taking on the 16th ranked team in the land, the Boise State Broncos. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Broncos will kick it away to start. Coming out with it, it's Hawkins. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The offense lining up for a first down play. Trying to start the drive with a pass. And that pass is intercepted. Well, they didn't let him get loose for a big return, but he still made the... Welcome, everybody, and we are fired up for another sensational college football matchup. Nobody at home today who can stake their claim in this neutral site showdown. We have a ranked versus unranked battle coming up here, and you know how chaos can ensue if they start smelling an upset. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Florida Gators, taking on the 16th ranked team in the land, the Boise State Broncos. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Broncos will kick it away first. Fielded in the end zone, it's Hawkins. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. offense with a fresh set of downs. The lone back's got it. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and force a tackle for a loss.
Looking downfield, it's Lagway. Using the quick game. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Well, the short passing game is a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play. So this can certainly open things up later on.
They'll run play action. Unleashes it on the run. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
They are backing up their pregame words. Their first drive of the game, fourth down in their own end, and they're going for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He looks that one in nicely. He's not going to get there. Stop short on fourth down.
Hey, at this point of the game, fourth and short, no problem going for it. Fourth and medium, I think it's too early to start taking some of these chances. I think you need to just let the game play out a little bit and trust your defense.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
2nd and 10 after the previous play. They'll try the run. Drives into the defense, and they get him down after a pickup of 3 to the 16.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Boise State!
Yeah, and that's a nice job selling it by the offense, dropping back, making it look like it's pass. That running back slipping out of the backfield, throwing him the football, getting a dynamic playmaker in space, and he says, I got this, I'll do the rest, and gets the touchdown.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Hawkins. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. DB's right up on the receivers. He'll start this drive firing. Gonna throw it to the right. He's got his man. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Looking for a crease to the left. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Dropping back, it's Lagway. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. Tackled immediately after the catch.
It's early in the game, and as offenses try to get their rhythm, these easy completions are very important because that's what helps you get your feet underneath you as an offense and as a unit. And hopefully, as this game goes on, they'll be able to rev up and get more aggressive taking shots.
Now the play fake. Trying to get to it. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
They've already failed to convert on fourth down once in the first quarter. Doesn't stop them from trying. Looking deep down the right side. Snags it inside the 20. Touchdown, Florida. Reeled it in and just made the house call.
Well, he's just running straight down the field. The thing you got to look at there is the velocity on the throw by the quarterback. He didn't lob it. He got it to him quickly, put it on his body. He was able to make the catch and then run it in for a touchdown.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. And he's going to bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Still running at the 40. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
One of the things I love about these misdirection-type plays is that you can pull offensive linemen and get extra bodies at the point of attack. So you're setting yourself up with good angles if you execute it properly, David, and you saw it right there.
And saying the word angles means a lot because it's exactly what you do. Now I can block down and I can leave somebody unblocked, pull around, kick him out, use misdirection in the backfield. Really just get your eyes as a defense on something else and then go the other direction. Nice misdirection play call by this offense.
He's got an open man. Touchdown Broncos! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone.
Defense has to be better on the back end. They knew this offense was going to come out, and they were going to challenge them. They were going to try to push the ball vertically down the field. They've now given up 2 touchdown passes in this game. They've got to shore up their play in the back half.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Hawkins. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Pollack.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place. And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead going around the inside.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Lagway. Pocket starts to collapse. And that's just a flat misfire, not even close to his receiver. That incompletion. He's looking to throw. He hurls one deep down the left side. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
You hear about shot plays all the time. Offensive coordinators love to take deep shots down the field. They plan them. They plan when they're going to do them, and I bet you we'll plan to see a few more throughout this game.
They'll throw it to the back on the screen, and he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Throws to the wideout. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. First down to start the drive after the break. Out of the gun, the running back has it. They're trying to send a message with this running game. He stopped after a pickup of 4 to the 33.
Nice run there on first down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down. The Gator ground game is lurking in the murky waters, and it has been most effective.
Yeah, we've seen them in the past, man. When Florida's really cooking, they've got some good backs. They've got some good balance, but they've got some physicality, and that's what you want to see from this unit.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down.
Throws toward the end zone. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Working that left side now. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. And the Gators come to the line with a new set of downs. To the ground with the back. Pulled down after a gain of 5. It's at the 9-yard line.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Looking to throw, it's Lagway. He makes a grab. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Into the house. Touchdown, Gators!
This guy is officially a problem. His second receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job by the offense. Dude, if I've got a matchup I like, continue to pick at it until they stop it.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. Fielded in the end zone. It's Genty. Running through contact. He gets it out to the 32 and sets him up with a little better field position. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points.
Hit it, just keeps moving. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Broncos. He shed tackles right and left and housed it.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. What a way to send a message. Huge play in the running game. One snap, and you've got a touchdown on the board. This is ultra aggressive. Still in the first half, got the lead and going for the onside kick.
And you don't see a lot of these. You don't see a lot of onside kicks earlier in the game, especially in the second quarter. You still feel each other out. You're still getting into the game. You don't want to give away that momentum, but that's exactly what they did by failing on that onside kick.
Handoff from the gun. Gives him a little shake, and he's got some room. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game.
A lot of times those draw plays are successful when those defensive linemen run up the field, rush the quarterback, create some holes. Not this time. The defensive line did a really good job understanding that, seeing the draw play, getting the running back, getting his butt on the ground.
Looking to pass. It's Lagway. And the ball is picked off. Got room on the return. He's inside the 40. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. Boise State ready to send out that offense. Then that last drive, if you want to call it that, was efficient. One big run for a score, David. See if they can do it again.
Yeah, and I find it hard-pressed they're not going to give it right back to him. You break that long of a run, get a touchdown, Jesse, I'm assuming he's going to touch it again.
You're absolutely right, David. Everybody in this stadium, I think, is expecting him to get it again, too. Big-time players make big plays in big games. Let's see what he can do here.
This offense has put on a display in the first half, and they have a chance to tack another one on before the break. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone. Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. And he's brought down at the line of scrimmage, and the ball will stay at the 2.
That's a great individual play, and I love cornerbacks that don't just take pride in covering guys. I like guys that like to put their face in the fan and affect the running game. This dude is physical, and he impacts the defense because of it.
And those guys are really hard.
Touchdown, Boise State! That is the ultimate grab and go for the score.
And it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. That's your...
Oh, now the kicker's going to throw it. He makes the grab in the end zone. They must have seen something on film as they turn the fake into the 2-point conversion.
14.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really, really mounts.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Well, if at first you succeed, try again. They've already linked up twice for touchdown passes, so no question the quarterback here still in the first half looking for his go-to guy, but you got to give the defense credit there. They were expecting it, and they were able to make sure that one fell incomplete.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield.
Man, that's a couple bad throws. Last possession obviously ends in an interception by this quarterback, and now you throw another one, you know, in harm's way. You got to make sure you're throwing to the open guy. Make sure you're taking care of that football. We can't have any more turnovers.
3 straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He's not afraid to go deep. And the pass hits, picked off. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions.